All right, everyone, this is so trippy. This tiny little thing is a battery monitor. You connect it to your battery and then you download an app and it starts giving you data. And I picked the NSX for the host, and the reason why is because I'm curious if the NSX has even a small parasitic draw from the factory overnight. So we're gonna install it, download the app, and show you everything we could do with this bad boy. All right, first we're gonna loosen the negative terminal, and then we're going to do the positive side. All right, and we got the positive one in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. We're going to test it. We're going to see if it's worth having. Look at the app, and then if it is, then we'll do a final install. Okay, so we scanned this little QR code and it took us to a website that told us to download an app. We downloaded the app. And then once you get to the app, you're gonna input your email. You'll get a code in the email, and then you'll come back. It'll pair Bluetooth wise with the device, and you're good to go. And this is the interface, and talk about the future. This is cool. So first off, it's telling us that the battery is okay. And then it tells us the voltage, 12.9. And then over here it tells us the temperature. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna let this sit overnight and see what happens to our battery overnight. We're gonna have this little graph. It's gonna tell us the time and everything. And I think it's pretty neat. We also have the capability for a cranking test and a charging test, which is pretty cool. But my main goal right now is to see the historical timeline of our battery if it sits overnight, and to see if it loses any voltage. Now, I always have my NSX battery on a battery tender. For this test, it's disconnected, so the battery's fresh, and we're gonna see what it does. All right, it is the next day, and the car's been sitting for at least, I don't know, 12 hours. As a matter of fact, our battery went up in voltage. It sat overnight, and it was not connected to anything, so that's interesting. Let's see if we get some data here. We could get how many days we have. Past 3 days. We're actually going to test something. We're going to unlock the car and leave that overnight, because we left it overnight locked, and we're going to go ahead and unlock it. Let's see if it registers the unlocking. Oh, look at that, it did right away. It went down. All right, so we're going to leave it alone and see what happens. All right, the car sat overnight with it unlocked, and there wasn't a difference, which is good to know. So the NSX does not have a parasitic draw. I really like that you could look at all of this. The cool thing about this is that, like, I've gotten used to having it. Like, it's really easy to check. You just go to the app and then it connects by itself. And it tells you right away, like, the temperature and the voltage, and it gives you a historical timeline. There's also a cranking test, a charging test. All right, for 25 bucks, I'm keeping this. It's just an awesome thing to have, a monitor for your battery on your phone. So what I did is I put the connector here, and then I just bent it down so we could put this over it. Just like that. So I'm gonna move the terminal to the left so it's not sticking up. We're actually gonna mount it right here with the adhesive that they gave us. I'm using some alcohol to clean the area. All right, we're gonna put this on here, flip it around, and stick it there. And just like that, we got a cool little monitor for our battery, which I think is neat. Now, I love new techs and gadgets, and this little monitor is a total win. It has some additional features as well. You can add up to 4 additional little Bluetooth monitors to different cars or ATVs or boats or whatever, which is really cool. And on top of that, you could do some tracking with some gas mileage. But the thing I love about it is that you could actually see the real-time voltage, you could see the historical data, and you could do a couple of tests. This is awesome. Again, for 25 bucks, you can't beat it. The only downside is that over time, I've seen that gadgets like these, give it a couple of years, sometimes the app falls off. I'm not saying that this is gonna happen with this one, but there's always that risk. But even if you have this device for 2 years or so, for 25 bucks, that's not a bad deal in my opinion. So the link is gonna be in the description. We're not sponsored. This is totally something that I found online, and I was like, it's a great idea. Tried it out, and the execution was cool, and also I think it's helpful, and that's the most important thing. All right, guys, thank you for watching. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon.